We're going to wait a few more minutes until 3. Just wanted to make sure we were all okay here on Facebook Live. You might want to get an essential oil while you've got a little time. I'm using Valor. I'm saying it again. And get some water, because the high frequency and all we do, you want to be able to really allow it to move through your meridians and your chakras, and water helps. Okay, so we're going to begin in 1 minute. So again, I'm just going to remind you to, might want to take some essential oil and drink some water. So welcome once more. This is such an exciting time with this equinox spring type time of everything coming together after such a long winter, right? When we had already a year of COVID, and this winter has really, in my personal opinion, accelerated a lot of different dimensions within ourselves. Like feeling that confinement in over the winter is an expression of basically what's called the Inanna journey. It's like a death by the goddess Inanna. It's Sumerian, but it's this going into the inner world, or going into the sleeping time, going into, like in the East Coast, we have winter. Some people don't get the winter, but it's all the same. It's a cyclical astrological orientation. And the COVID forced us inwards, forced us kind of, putting ourselves separate, alone. And it brought up a lot of deep fears, a lot of shadow, a lot of anger, a lot of hostility, a lot of depression, you name it. It was really triggering humanity in a very deep way that it's hard to see, but as I'm a universal viewer, so I view kind of the over picture. It's almost easier for me to see the over picture than to see what's going on in the three-dimensional picture. But that forcing current, let's say, of that gestation is very much similar to what I would call the birthing process. If you've had a child, there's this amazing time of the birthing within you, and there's this new thing is incubating, and there's great things about it and there's difficult things about it, but there's this new creation. And something, I don't know if you've seen my Facebook pages, but I did these 2 soul collages with my friends. This was the first one. This is for myself, but it's interesting. It's every client I've been working with, it's ascension journey we're on. So it's a cosmic birth, a rebirth, right? With the hands of God underneath of it. And then I made 2 of them, and this was the second one, which to me is like the spirit canoe and the eternal realm, the source realms that are merging the golden and the black frequencies, which is where we want to go back to in our 0 point that we reached today. And these tears, they kind of came out accidentally because they actually came out of the center of the serpent. But when you do these things intuitively, you're moving with creation. And so these became the tears, and they were voidal tears of the Holy Mothers, the sadness of everything that we have been experiencing as humans that is now correcting itself in this Aquarian age. And then this, I would say, would be Shambhala, Nirvana, Shangri-La, you name it, where we want to be, heaven on earth, which is why I'm here with you guys. And my name is Anjahlia Marisa Shihan, Anjahlia Kate Loy, your favorite cosmic shaman. And just to give you a little bit about myself, if you've never seen me before, I'm a transformational healer, a multidimensional journeyer, a channel of the ascended masters and all the beings of light. I'm working with creation, and my keepership is keeper of the Christ gateways of creation. And so much of me, I'm a seer, and it turns out this seership that I just thought I was an artist and I was very visual. I would see images and shapes and things. But when you watch them, they begin to take you places. And I've become more and more aware that this is God showing me these images. So it's this great privilege to bring my sight to you and show you when I get these images, I translate them through my sacred geometry, right? My core, whoever I am, my I am, and bring those words to you. And I'm channeling from my higher self, my divine presence, and my counsel, or whoever is with us in our journey here today. So it's kind of a high frequency, multidimensional, and transformational journey, because when I hold you symbiotically in this vortex that we open with the masters. It's not really me, I'd say it would be us. But through this ability, this gifts that have been given to me, you can, if you're open to it, feel symbiotically these shapes shifting and the wisdom of the frequency that's brought through by the masters. So the frequency itself is teaching you. Now this is my kind of teaching, because I don't really like regular school teaching or being a teacher. But I love this idea that I can be a translator of the teachings of the masters and of the higher beings that are here with us, because I think that's gold and why I like to be here with you. So let us move forward. So today we're bringing you a spring Equinox Gateway Activation with Metatron, who always comes with us on these. And I feel like these, as a gatekeeper, I feel obligated to take advantage of this ability to help marry the dark and the light at the gateway. So as we come astrologically to these gateways, we have the dark parts of ourselves that need to be looked at and balanced and harmonized, and let go of shamanically, right? And then that allows for new room. And spring is all about spring cleaning, new room, right? And this pregnancy that I'm going to get back to. And so when you have let go of something, you have more room to allow in more. And this is really an ongoing process to embodying higher dimensions, as we want to create this new being within ourselves that's able to live here on a higher dimensional earth in a higher dimensional body. And we're moving out of the 3-dimensional and into the 5, maybe up to 7, depending where we are, dimensions. And it's an interesting challenge, right? And so we're moving into a crystalline body. And that way, basically, I feel like all the work I do in all the different projects and the portal work is opening up communication, communion. I call it opening up communion, because once we're back in communion, we're going to be communing with Source. And when I was pre-channeling this, we were going to be working with source codes. So I'm super excited about what we're going to be doing. And that each one of these journeys raises your octave, raises your DNA, raises your frequency, and you're going to get more out of your life. And the next part about the birthing process I wanted to mention is there's that push of birth that I'm beginning to feel, and many of you may be feeling after maybe difficulties in your life or situations showing up, and dark and light might be showing up. And what happens once we go through this corridor, and we're in it right now in this equinox, is that light, it's like the light in the darkness begins to balance to the Zep Tepi. And when we can come into balance at all times, then we're able to, it's really called steering your monad, or I call it steering your Merkaba, because the way I look at it, that ultimately we're really a sacred geometry, right? And like this is, see if I can put it so you can see it. It's hard to navigate there. This is a Sri Yantra, which is very much of what we're building. And it's got the triangle down and the triangle up and multidimensional triangles. And the Sri Yantra is like a mother image. And Metatron will be building our personal Merkabas and our group Merkaba, that we do this work together. And when we do it as a group, that's why I'm so grateful that you're here, because we need you. We need all of you to be part of our group Merkaba. And when we do the group Merkaba work, it translates out, it radiates out through your physical body, your being, and your auric field, right? Your light body. It translates out. And then as our group Merkaba, it translates out even larger into a greater commission with the group consciousness. And part of the work that I'm now aware that I'm working with through my gifts is awakening, which I could only hope to help awaken all of us, right? And it's the best creation work we can do, because once we are awake, we're loving ourselves, we're loving our lives, we're loving each other, we're communicating great, we're understanding each other from a telepathic level, because we're going to start moving in a telepathic way, intuitively. And in that, everything becomes transparent. So a lot of the things that have been previously not the truth have to fall away because we see through them. And a lot of this is something that's going to happen and is showing up in all of our politics and all the school systems. This COVID has kind of made everybody reinvent themselves. So in a way, even though it's been so repressive, and it also has created an immense amount of compassion, creativity, and new ways of living. So there's always this way of looking at both sides too. And the more we can do that, the more, even in our relationships, we come to that communion again, right? That sense of honoring and balance. And then lastly, we want to bring everything we bring into the earth, into Mother Earth, because the lower part of that Merkaba is the earth triangle, earth pyramid. And that's where a lot of us aren't aware of, but how to explain this? We're grounding and anchoring our connection to Mother Earth, and through the inner earth and the middle earth, and these different pathways and passageways, and even indigenous magical beings, where they are already in connection, and they can help to start service again. And the indigenous never lost their connection to the earth. And so we have, and we'll have to see, but we may build a new umbilical cord to Mother Earth, because this is one of the projects that we work on together, is helping to remember and restore this connection to Mother Earth, so we can receive all the gifts of the earth. Okay? How's that sound? Pretty cool, right? Well, to this journey today, our overlighting masters that will be with us besides Metatron is Yeshua, Magdalene, Mother Mary, Lady Nada, the Galactic Federation, Lord Ashtar, and Ashtara. And we're going to be journeying with Lord Metatron to build our group Merkaba of Light and receive the activations from the solar temples, the libraries of light, the birthing portals, and the sacred portals of the earth. And we'll be working with the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, any magical beings who join us, assisting us to attune to this planetary creation current. All right, well, so in our cosmic rebirth, we're moving through this underworld in an etheric Anana journey where we will go through the shamanic death process, face the shadows, and are reborn in a cosmic new birth. Then stepping into your spirit canoe, setting sail to a destination that is ruled by your heart and by the Christ that I am within your heart, our true north. And along your path, you may notice highs and lows of dark and light. Our job now is to navigate through the golden and black merging waves of the eternal realms flowing through us. This state of balance, merging with this accelerated state, gives birth to the new you that you have not yet met or encountered, but have longed to be emerged with. And your job is to recognize this new you, to own it, and align your will to manifest it. This is a terrifying and exciting birth of the earth to become the new earth. Blessed be your journey, and thank you for your presence. So let's begin our journey together. And you'll see I change when I'm channeling. And I'll be also doing light language if you have heard of that. And it's a universal language that is basically an attunement that you may feel experientially things shape-shifting within you. And you don't have to know anything in your mind, you just feel it with your heart. And the more you learn to feel from your heart mind, the more you're going to understand things in this world. So let's take a deep breath in and just send our heart beams to one another. And something that I'm going to be teaching you to use during this and all my events is what I call the Alchemy Breath. And what you'll be doing is breathing into your breath, that's your flame, inside your heart, your Christed I am flame. And this is your signature through all time, space, and dimension. So the more we vibrate you in your signature, this flame, and bring everything into this flame, the more you're you. And that's very essential in this journey. So just breathing into this beautiful flame. And every time you breathe in, we're going to intend that you're breathing into who you are. And every time you breathe out, we're going to intend that you're breathing out that which is not serving you. Letting go of any detritus or beliefs that are negative or confining or limiting. And again, you can use this breath like a tool if your body starts feeling like it's stuck or painful, or there's like a block in your body or in your chakras. This is an attunement for you to listen to it and breathe and just surrender to it and let it go. Or breathe into the empowerments and the gifts that will be given, to breathe them in, to fully embody them. Because this is an embodying experience, again, so that that wisdom lives within you, inside the cells and the fibers of your body. So let's take a deep breath in As we call in the Holy Mothers, great mothers, we call in the Holy Fathers, great fathers, Creator, great Creator, all that there is, Source, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Gaia, Sophia, Divine Child, we call upon you now. So we open and ask for a golden pyramid around us. And we ask for a temple to open. It's a temple of the solar codes of light. And we call in your holy presences as we call to open a heart portal around us. And we call to open a spiritual portal above us. As well as going down through your chakra system and your pillar of light into the earth to open an earth portal beneath us. And Metatron joins us now as we call in our special council, our emissaries of ascended masters, Yeshua, Magadelene, Holy Mother, Mary Mother, Lady Nada, Master Lady Nada, Galactic Federation, Lord Ashtar and Ashtara, and the Ashtar Command. Let's breathe into your heart temple. As Metatron brings us these geometries one after the other, the triangle facing downwards, the triangle facing upwards, and the multi-dimensional Metatronic solids that create this Merkaba. It will assist you to ground your Antakarana, your bridge from the heavens to the earth. That indeed we are on an Antakarana journey, Metatron shares. There are several interplanetary guides with us now. One of them is our beautiful winged white horse, Pegasus. As Metatron shares that we will journey upwards through the higher chakra system into the solar temples. So let us stay a few minutes first to allow our own personal Merkabas to build the heaven and the earth realms before we merge as a group Merkaba. And Metatron takes us on our journey. So open your hearts in all directions around you. Breathing into the seventh flame in the center of your heart as we call in the seven earth archangels, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Jophiel, Camuel, Zadkiel, and Uriel. And we ask them to open this seven-pointed star, this Merkaba, as it begins to shape-shift around you. We ask you to open the gateway in front of you. To love. And to open the gateway behind you. To truth. Bringing back the love and the truth into your center flame each time. As now we go to the left gateway. And breathe into all the gifts of the feminine pillar and bring them back into your center flame. As we go now to the right, to the masculine gateway, and bring all the gifts of the masculine into the heart flame. As we go downwards now into the earth realms, and bring all the gifts of the earth up into your heart flame. And now we go upwards to the gateway above you, to these heavenly realms. And open those gateways and bringing all the heavenly realms into you, into your vast Merkaba. Just checking the top part of your Merkaba with the middle part, with the bottom part. As they're showing me, we have different colors of light merging and moving through our Merkaba, with halos of light outside, moving up and down this in circles around us, as the Ashtar ships of light are above us. 7 ships are above us, beaming down upon us. And they're matching up below us, 7 earth ships below us, creating this like a harmonic, tonal sensation. And I'm being pulsed to do a language of light download for this transmission from the Galactic Federation and the Earth ships beneath us into your Merkabas as we grow into our group Merkaba. Centrifugally, the detritus, the old, the not used, the burdens, the diseases, the issues are being centrifugally blown out as we spin. You can use this as a washing machine to bring in any issues that are in your life that are upsetting or limiting or confining or clogging or blocking you. Bring them in so that they can be dislodged. It's like we have Tibetan monks with us too, right? And didgeridoo. I'm now aware that there's dragons also in this field that are working with us. Seven dragons that are working with fire. Now there's held blockages that are being worked with. On the masculine side. I do a lot of burping, transmuting. Beautiful, good work. Now there's blockages on the feminine side that are moving out. So to keep breathing, and anything that comes in your mind stream that wants to be cleared, bring it into this vortex, this washing machine, this Metatronic meditation washing machine. Chu cha ta chike, chu cha cha katite, shu 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 zu. And any old darkness from any lifetime where there was miscreations or misinterpretations or negative implants or negative magic, even negative witchcraft, lower order magic, releasing that, especially in relation to the feminine for some reason, that releasing that sense of the feminine as something dark, letting go of that old Piscean era premise as we're spinning and spinning the consciousness that is being brought to us from this celestial gateway activation of the spring equinox. Good job. So they say you may feel like you're floating on air, like a cloud. And we say to bookmark this because this is your sacred geometry, your Merkaba geometry that's floating on this cloud. So let us ask now for our ships of light, the archangels, Pegasus and Metatron, to help us co-create our group Merkaba. And as we breathe into the group Merkaba, let us send our heart beams to our group Merkaba. And already it's forming like a great ship, very long, oval, but like a disc, like a flying saucer, but fat. And this is our ship that we're on. Each of us has a special designation, an ascension throne, a captain's chair that is marked with our codes. And so find your spot as we circle in a holy circle inside our ship of light. And in the center is an immense crystal that is created through the connection of all of our own personal crystals. And these crystals are our, like I call it, our steering wheel. And this group crystal is our group steering wheel. And as we come into higher and higher light information, the encodements within our light body are going to be shape-shifting. Our DNA will be transmuting to higher DNA, which align us with this truth that we're going to be embracing today. So we're just allowing this frequency of our group ship of light that's held within this beautiful command above us and below us, with the archangels, and Pegasus is also waiting for us to take us to the next step afterwards. We ask for this to align with your own consciousness, that you're able to shapeshift in such cohesive and high frequency octaves, that this is already part of you. It's an inner knowing, and this is a remembrance. Peeling away, we say, of that which you are indeed. So yes, we are ready. Our ship is vibrating and going in circles at such a high speed it's beyond sight. But it is that centrifugal light field And now within each of us, we're beginning to enter into higher octaves that are all working within our ship to propel us when we're in divine accord. So we're waiting a little further for the frequencies to raise. And we begin to take off in our group Merkaba. Pegasus takes us to the central sun, to the great, great central sun, to the galactic center, and to these holy temples of solar light. As we open these doorways to restore the frequency of the divine masculine. And we journey to the great central sun, to this beautiful temple. We see before us has a domed top and great columns. And each column has light language, and that each column is a scroll of information that is dialoguing with you. So we ask, where may we land our group Merkaba? We wait to be shown. So we are guided to land right on the top of this dome. And as we land on the top of the dome temple, our ship becomes part of the top of this domed temple. And we are gently transported down inside the temple. And as we are inside the temple, great fire guardians in each direction. 7 fire guardians are there before us, in a circle around us. And we are now sitting in chairs in this temple, this solar temple. And the chairs go backwards like they are lying down, so that we can also lie down if we so choose. And in the center of this circle, in the ceremony we are in the temple of solar light, there's a giant flame in a low dish. It almost feels like it's made of the moon. And this is a wisdom flame. With much to teach us. But first we must call to the guardians and ask them to purify us before we reach the wisdom being taught by the giant flame. So we ask for the guardians, the giant flames, to purify us, purify our hearts, and to see us for who we are in our truth. And the guardians look over us and bow. Yes, they will help us. That they see our pure hearts and our true need. They see the long-reaching progress that we are involved in the future. And for each of us, as we are all now lying down, and you may find that you're lying face up or face down, but you're beginning to almost like melt. That which is not you, beginning to melt. Not in a painful way, but in a dissolving way. That it just melts off, falls off at the table, and is transmuted in the beautiful, flaming, fire letter, marble below the tables. That everything here has an aliveness to it and a job. That nothing is idle. Everything has a synchronicity with its own purpose. And the consciousness is what is evolving us. That we are learning to attune to the greater consciousness. And to be fearless. So everything now through the flames is beginning to organize and reorganize. So that we begin to stream a new force field around you, surrounding you. A type of force field of protection, as well as anchoring you in this new field of the true meaning of divine masculine, protector and watcher over flame. And all the parts of you that have previously felt unseen, unheard, not listened to, afraid, scattered, disoriented, left out, separated, unappreciated, not honored, dominated, or victimized, segregated, begin to dissolve and fall away. As the flames are transmutational forces of source energy, source love, source light. And are recalibrating. Old parts and particles lift up out of your heart chakra, out of the thymus. Tiny black dots lift up and move out. Any form of disease. Pulls away. beginning to create a coherent field. A coherent field of compassion. It has a great eye inside the flame. And it is like this great eye inside the great flame in the middle of the circle is beginning to talk to you through your mind stream, through your heart and all your chakras. Through your brow chakra. Just breathing in and out of your brow chakra to the eye of this wisdom that is kingly. And this wisdom tells you that you each have a crown yourself. That this crown is the Christed nature of you. That it is part of your signature and part of your crowning life force. So breathe into this crown that has been given to you. And see, in the very foremost is a larger crystal than the others. It has a star. It's a star shape with a star diamond and a star opal. And it leads your thoughts, your mind, into the higher stream of the higher chakras, so that your communication halo, your communication crystals open up. It's now the communication crystals at the brow chakra, the telepathic halo, are being lit up one after another. The Christ light inside each one. Breathing through the ones that are dim in the back of the right side of your halo, so that they all get ramped up, bumped up. Just breathing in with your alchemy breath, letting go with any of the old implants or tarnish that kept your flame in these telepathic crystal ring from glowing, from knowing the truth. And let us go now to the crystal ring at the brow chakra. Breathing in this flame to reignite every single flame with the Christ flame in these crystals. These crystals of communication, communion, telepathy. And we call for all the crystals to be lit up bright with their I am Christed nature. And we go to the crown chakra now, above that, the ring of the halo of the crown chakra. And it opens very easily with this light, this flame of wisdom moving through the truth within each flame, lighting its Christ light. As we go now to the soul star halo above, and the rings light up immediately with the Christ light. And this flame of wisdom brought to us from this temple father these solar libraries of light, that all the universal laws are stored here. All the wisdom is stored here. And the wisdom of your original DNA. As we call to ask for guidance and help with restoring the higher DNA strands to you now, so that you may recalibrate through your central pillar as your bridge of light. And that these new DNA thread through your light body, your auric egg, your chakra system, your endocrine system. And through your cording down into Mother Earth. We're beginning to braid and merge and marry with the new room that has been received, with the higher frequencies. As now the figure 8 is coming into your heart, the Zep Tepi, the 0 point of cosmic consciousness. Spinning this figure 8 in your heart. Opening you into these codes of true source. As now these giant circular codes, fire discs come down into you, resting in the upper part of your body. As these source codes begin a communion with you telepathically. And all the light codes, the light language in this temple begin to sing and harmonize through you, especially through the back of your chakras, through the unconscious. As the universal laws begin to download, beginning to rewrite your history, our history, and gift your new body harmonics with these codes of true source. No longer distorted or manipulated, but shiny and strong, fierce and firm, trusting this frequency to hold and ignite you, to ignite your flame of gold. Buh. 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 Your golden flame. And for some of you, you may have a golden bird flaming within you. It has been waiting for this opportunity to ignite. It all is being recalibrated, re-energized. Establishing a new set of codes for you, for the new earth and the new shaman within you that can burn through and become resilient, can birth from the fire to transmute into something new. Is calling from within to receive the messages from this burning symbol, this disc of light, or this golden sphinx, golden bird, a golden bird. Like a golden eagle. Grounding down this through your Merkaba, through your bridge, through your Antakarana bridge, into you and all you are, down into the earth. As now we call upon our trinity of overlighting masters, Yeshua, Magadelene, Mother Mary. Also with Lady Gaia and Lady Nada. And you're sitting in your chair in our ceremony in the temple of the solar great central sun. And Yeshua comes to you, comes before you to recalibrate your mighty I am, your instinct to become one with all that there is. To enter into your source codes. This new calibration. Of the new masculine. Jui harlan aktar tenga ta chalut de nekedui. Morile neketui natai. Zu natala natai. Guam bachink de guaine. Zuli kat nata de na jay. Kualana tayeneke tewe, halanae walihe, uzumadu, zumadale, Gaia zanu, tawushine, gumagaye, jana, dalo, tene, kima, momo, duja, shuza, zizazo, zazumake, bawo nahene hene, dahine hike no tai. Zuna talana te enka tutain te chanta katunta turn magwe chana katate. Take a deep breath in to become one with these new masculine source codes. Buh. 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 That these codes will translate through your masculine to balance and harmonize with your feminine, with the Magdalene, to see the balance, to see the honor, to know with the wisdom, the peace within each being, and to bring about the Father love codes to the new human who brings it to the new earth, to collaborate, coordinate, to lead from this Christed consciousness and this sense of rebirth. Take a deep breath in gratefulness and receive. As Mary Magdalene comes now and brings you the divine feminine codes of source codes. Breathing into this disc of this feminine, divine feminine solar code, full of crystals and light, rearranging, reorganizing, allowing an atmosphere of translation, communication, genteelness, compassion, and deep love for each and every being. And for the camaraderie of the feminine with the masculine. The reflection of the masculine, feminine, reflecting in the great mirror of the Adam Cadmon, the Adam and Eve, that is beginning to download and Mary Magdalene is a fire frequency herself, a fire fairy. And she bequeaths you with the wisdom of the beloved. That not only are you the beloved, but your partner is the beloved, or the other is the beloved. And she gives you a drink from her chalice that is filled with pink, red, and yellow rose petals. And she says, this is holy water, specially blended, alchemicalized for you. And as you drink this, it gives you strength strength of the Holy Mothers, and forgiveness for all that has been in the past. It keeps you in the present, in the moment, in the balance and the harmony. So just drink and feel with gratefulness as you receive this draught from from Mary Magdalene. As now Lady Nada joins you, coming before you. And she raises her elegant arms and becomes the forces of nature. All the elements, the wind, the air around you, the ether, the fire, the earth, the water. She begins to commingle this in your source code that is communing you to the true nature, the true connection of your true and original codes set forth through the indigenous as a guardian of the earth. And she explains that this has been mismanaged and retranslated with a different agenda than the original blueprint. And as we forgive and honor that which has been but is not now, we come into the balance of the 0 point, the Zep Tepi, washing the past, clearing away for the new. And call to anchor inside your inner knowingness, the connection to the trees, to the fire, to the earth, to the waters, to the flowers, to the medicine that is there for you, to the food and the sustenance, to the protection and the care that is needed. She is anchoring this within you. La 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 la, yay la la, ya he wa la he wa yele, u ya lo le he lo le, halo le we hele makwale, kwala le la kwanata yele, kololo le akwachine kade, kwayanata yene he me de we kwai ne he kene kre ne chine kana kanone, zula tine kne kne kno jene kne we he, wal hanata hele ne kete we ne ke. Halona kutu une kene ayene kete hey halone ye wo mahu hey yehu ma hey ye hey wo ho yaha ye mau hey. And there are many original mud people of the original creation in the very beginning that are all around us, dancing above us, helping to restore these codes of true nature. Salonate walana haile hoyama kwayana tayanate zunaye wiye uzunaye yaye zunaye alone ayene wananane wananane walu halu hiye hayi ayo hayo hayo, smoothing the way. Lady Nada assists in the downloads through your body and through the earth. Now Mother Gaia joins us. Mother Gaia Ma. She opens her heart to you. her violet voidal heart, the center of the magma within her, this giant flame, this solar awakening. It brings a giant violet creation code to you that is also as big as your upper body. And it is violet voidal magma that holds these solar codes of the truth and the wisdom of all things, of creation, of the beginning and the ending all at once, of the ever unfolding evolution of Source, of God, of Mother, of Father, of Child, Divine Child, of flames that we each are, and that we make up this great flame. And she holds you in her union heart, blessing all that you do, and understands with immense compassion and forgiveness for all that has been and all that is here now. Her beautiful tears are elixirs to you now. And these tears move over you. And as each tear drops upon you, she brings you into the golden and black source stream, the river of life, and into this immense communion with this eternal realms that hold you so near and dear, preserve you through all eternity, and guide you. As your own ship comes into view now, your ship of light, your spirit canoe, and when you are ready, you may step into your spirit canoe, and it will take you into your next octave, when it is divine timing and alignment for you. In the correct astrology. And Mother Mary joins us now, coming before you in our holy ceremony. And as the blue Mother Mary, she rises up, the universal Mother. And she streams through you and to you all these different strands of rainbow that are streaming levels of creation to you, like harnessing them, that these will begin to braid in exact alignment and attunement to you and your plan, braiding through your DNA, these beautiful rainbow ribbons, these strands of creation. That is the evolution, the ascension of your plan. And to call for these to be braided into your thought forms, your mind stream, your one mind, your heart of oneness. as He assists you to stream through these true source codes, streaming through all of the mothers, all the creation mothers, streaming through all the holy lands, all the portals, all the waterways, through all of your chakras. As we begin in our group Merkaba, to begin to see the over picture with all these gifts that we have been given, not only for ourselves and our own bodies, but for our planetary work, our leadership, our commissions. As the new shaman of the new earth, as surrogates for the rest of all sentient beings. That as we garnish and garner these gifts of strength, of wisdom, of truth, of source, flaming and burning through us, through all the universal laws in the temple, the solar temples of light, that our encodements are enhanced, our DNA upgraded, that our Adam Cadmon, our Adam and Eve begin to come before us, standing tall in your pillar, in perfect harmony and balance. As the rooting of a great tree of life begins to take root and grow in a very gnarled and wisdom tree that you are, and up into the branches where there are leaves coming out in the springtime and fruits, the buds of fruit beginning to show. And in the belly of this tree is a pregnant something, a pregnant creation that is ready to emerge from within you, from within the original wisdom of you, through the creation forces coming up through you. Now we ask for the Antakarana of the heavens to come down now through you, building your Merkaba, your personal Merkaba, as well as our group Merkaba, as well as our group consciousness Merkaba. As we call now for all to come into the great family that we are, that we hold in our multidimensionality. That we can stand as the new Adam, the new Eve, the new human, the new shaman, under our tree of life, grounded and anchored into the earth for the greater good of the earth, streaming from the heavens through our being and our open hearts, through all the universal laws, opening our creation chakras as well as our communication crystals, so that our consciousness is shape-shifted And now one more gift is brought to us by Metatron, and it's a crystal vibrating, radiating, activating cylinder of centrifugal force of your own ascension plan, a consciousness of source to be recalibrated into your mind from the deep knowing within. So allow all these to digest, the Antakarana to moving down through you to help you with this embodiment. As we bring all into your body, into your light field, into your light body, your auric egg, your Merkaba. And we say it is time now to return in our group Merkaba to your personal Merkaba with Metatron, and thank all of those that helped us, the guardian flames, the temples, the solar temples, the fathers, the mothers, the ascended masters, the archangels, Pegasus. And each of you, that you showed up, you took this journey, you received these new codes of the new true source. Being grateful in your heart, let us go now into our group Merkaba with Metatron and the Masters. And we go to the top of the temple, and we become the great group Merkaba, journeying to each of our homes and each of our bodies, and into our own personal Merkabas that live in our own homes, in our own bodies. And send all that you've received like a acupuncture light point into the earth now, into the location, the vortex, the portal that you live at, so that it may manifest like a gemstone, a treasure, and spread through all the light forms and the flower of life that wraps around the earth. Feeling the blessings that you have received, let us send these blessings to your family, to the children, to your loved ones, to the communities, to the leaders, to all the resources of the earth, to all the systems that need to change for the new earth, true source codes. And let us ask that this reweaves through the Antakarana to all these streams of consciousness. And that you may take all that you've learned into your life, into the light, into your light workership, into your leadership roles, into your healing and your toolkit. That these are for you to reuse and use, and you can listen to this anytime. This recording will be available on my blog, in my website, or on Facebook for a while, and on YouTube. And you can please share it, because we want everybody to receive these codes, to journey with us, and to continue our work together. So hopefully you will join us on our next planetary service collective consciousness gateway activations. And look out for the new Avatar Awakening seer trainings coming up. If you have any questions or would like to find out more about me, go to my website, www.anjahlia.com. and join my newsletter, or join me on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. Sending my love to you, my gratefulness, my honor. Anjahlia, your favorite cosmic shaman. Namaste. 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 Blessed be.